You are listening to The Plot with a Twist, where we discuss all things books and booze. We are your bookish hosts, Alora and
Row.
if you like what you hear, please like, share, subscribe, and give us a quick review on your podcast app. It helps us become more visible to other bibliomaniacs. We publish bookish episodes each week, so be sure to stay tuned for discussions and attitudes that are lit.
As readers, there are a lot of criteria we use to base our reviews on. You could be like Alora, who loves a good time, but the story needs to be well written. Alora likes the whole package. Or you could be like me, where if the vibes are vibing and you're having fun, it's just a great read. Then there's those books that are everything to you. They hit the vibes, the plot is plotting, and the writing is spectacular. That is usually the point where you wish you could give it more than 5 stars. And hence, the 6-star read was born. This is a book that you feel captures your very soul and won't let go. Grab your favourite plot with a twist cocktail as we talk all things 6-star reads.
We're back.
We're back.
I'm excited about this one because I don't think we've done like our God tier top favorite books.
No, we have not done our God tier.
I know.
This is going to be interesting.
So many good books.
Well, I don't actually, my list isn't overly, it's longer than I thought actually, but.
My list you can count on one hand.
Mine's just over one hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so let's break down what is a 6-star read.
So for me, a 6-star read has it all. It has vibes, it has plot, it has characters, it has world build. Like they are all on point. So,
I agree.
Yeah. And it has to suck me into the world. And I don't ever want to come out of it. What do you mean?
Because I put it is a book that literally becomes your whole personality for the foreseeable future.
For the foreseeable future. It sucks you in and it doesn't let go. You are just in that world and you don't ever want to come out. It's a chokehold. It gets you in a chokehold and then you can't come out of it. That's what a 6-star read is for me. Like the writing has to be phenomenal. The plot, the character development, the world build, like it all has to just flow beautifully. And it needs to be one of those epic reads where you're like, holy shit, how did the author come up with this?
Yeah, I think so too. I also just jotted down that I feel like a 6-star read is a book that you can't and won't put down until it's finished. Like, even if that means you have to hop between audio and physical because you have
yes
because you'll be reading all day and then you'll be like, shit, I gotta pick up the kids. Well, time for my earpods.
Yeah. On goes the audio. Or you're doing housework or you're going to the shops and you're like, shh, headphones. Or you get to bed, your husband cracks it because the lights, like you've got your reading light on or something like that. And then you're like, oh, okay, fine. Kindle it is.
And it's also one that you'll recommend first over others to other readers.
Yes. And you'll recommend it again and again.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of universal in who you recommend it to. Because some books have to be the right audience, but I feel like really good 6-star reads, one of their characteristics is that they appeal to a broad audience.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Most of the time
they do.
Yeah.
Why do you think these books are so rare?
Okay. Well, first of all, because we read a lot. So,
well, there's that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like not this year, but usually we go through
not this year,
a hell of a lot more books than the average reader. I also think that some of it's luck, right? Because an author can be a spectacular writer and the story can be great and all of the things can be there. But if it's released in a time period where what the writer is trying to convey in a larger sense is relevant to real world stuff going on, you can bet that it's going to catch on real quick.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I also think it has to hit all the markers that we just said before. So it needs to be a well-written story.
Right.
It needs, like, you have to gel with the writing style. It needs to have, for someone like you and I, and a lot of readers now who read consistently, if you are sitting there picking up plot points or you're picking up little moments where you're like, oh my God, I think this is going to happen. If you can do that through a whole book, you're not going to get the same satisfaction as you would when one of those surprise little eggs hits you and you're like, oh my God.
Right.
And that's the other thing. Like, it's still, you can have it be relevant to today's time period, but if you're not hitting the markers with the writing, then it still won't be a 6-star read.
No, and I agree with you. And the last point that I had on here was it's really hard to weave a really well-written, really intricate plot, really deep characters that can be nuanced by a wide audience and make them feel seen in one way or another.
Yes.
It's massively hard. Trust me, I've been trying. But anyway. Okay. So what personally makes a book a 6-star read for you? I know we talked about generalities, but what do you look for specifically?
So for me, it has to hit me in the head and in the heart.
I was going to say in the feels, because you're not a crier.
I am not a crier. If you can get me to cry, then you've got me.
And I've seen it happen.
Yes, you have. Yes, like, well, you remember when we had Shay and it was like, what was the one that we read?
Still Beating?
Still Beating. And she was like, you're going to cry. And I was like, well, that's a big call. I didn't cry. But it has to hit. I need to be able to think about this book repeatedly. So at a minimum once a week. It has to be a book where I will not put it down. So as we said, yes, I will switch between audio and physical if I've got it, and Kindle and everything like that. And for me, it really has to, you've really got to hit me in the head or in the heart. If you can do both, that's fantastic. But in the head or in the heart, where I'm like, oh my God, that was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So attack my feelings or attack my thinking. What about you?
Okay. So similar, but different. So I said it has to change my brain chemistry or my perspective on something in a significant way. So,
yeah, true.
Right. Because we're going to talk about some books here soon, and every one that I mention has altered my brain chemistry in one facet or another.
Yeah.
The writing itself is unique in some way, shape, or form. And all the elements are there. The plot, the character depth, the side characters, all the things are in there. So I don't necessarily have to cry. That's like bonus points if you can get me to cry. Because I'm not a crier either. So there's very few books that have made me cry.
Yeah.
I could probably...
and that's...
Oh, go ahead.
I think that's the same thing for both of us. That's what I mean by you got to hit me in the head or you got to hit me in the heart. I either have to feel this in my bones. Like I have to get that whole, oh my God moment. I've really got to feel it in my bones, or you've got to hit me in my feels. And I think
they're hard to get to.
Yeah. They're there.
Oh, for both of us. It's
kind of they're there for both of us. You just gotta pull the right heartstring.
Yeah, and there's only 2 left.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
Okay. Are these the same books you wish you could read for the first time again? So is your 6-star read necessarily the same as the books you wish you could read for the first time again?
I said yes and no.
I
So,
said not always.
no, yeah, not all the time, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, there's nothing like the first read of a book. I mean,
Mm.
period, end of story. But most of the time, the 6-star reads, at least the ones on my list, are so intricate that you will absolutely miss things the first time you read it. So the more you go back and reread it, the more plot lines you'll put together, the more character connections you'll make, the more depth you'll get out of it. And I love rereading 6-star books because I catch something new every time. And it's the same with shows too, right? Like my favorite television shows, they are shows that make you think. And every time I go back and rewatch, they are shows that I'm like, oh my God, I never saw that the first 4 times I watched this show.
Exactly. And that's what I did. I was like, yeah, not always, because there are a lot of books that I would like to read for the first time again because I just loved the book.
Right.
But again, you're exactly right. Sometimes I wish I could read my 6-star reads again, but then at the same time I'm like, no, because by the time you've read it for the 3rd, 4th or 5th time, you're like, holy crap. This is so much more in depth than I ever truly realized.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, yeah, I said not always, not necessarily. For me, anyway.
All right. So, do you think we should be giving away 6 stars?
Yes and no.
Really?
Yes. Well, I do believe that we should be able to give away 6 stars. This is my okay. I like giving a 6
Hear
star.
me out.
Hear me out. I like giving a 6 star, but it has to be a 6 star. My problem is that, and look, this is just an opinion, but I feel like it could end up being used when I give reviews. I give 5 stars if I've had a great bloody time. It doesn't necessarily mean the writing was fantastic and the plot was plotting and everything like that. But if I'm having vibes, I'll be like, 5 stars. That was great. I had a great time.
Right.
I wouldn't want a 6-star read, like a 6-star review, to end up like that. If that makes sense. Because everyone can be like, oh my God, that was my favorite book of all time, 6 stars. That's not what it's about.
Nah,
it's about...
I'm pretty certain I know if you give a book 6 stars, your whole personality is that book for like the next, I don't know how long. And we are going to be talking about all the merch you're getting, all the points you want to discuss, where the author signings are going to be. Like, shit, it is full send.
Well, I am actually there with a book at the moment. It is my whole fucking personality and I can't stop it. Like, yeah, it is my whole personality. But so yes, I love when people go, it's a 6-star read. I'm also a little bit skeptical because I'm like, ooh, okay. Because it sets the bar very, very high. But at the same time, I do love people going, this was a 6-star for me. And if they're not just handing them out like lollies, like, whoo, here you go, 6-star read.
Like confetti.
Yeah. Woo! Then absolutely give it a 6-star.
Like Oprah.
You have a car. You have a car.
You go to school. Yeah. We're not going to Oprah this bitch. So, you know.
But that's very accurate. Yes. That was a great analogy. Well, I love that one.
Well, I said yes. And then I said, hell, sometimes I'd love to give infinity stars. Like, because the books just feel that good to me. But I said yes because I want authors to know how they've impacted me as an individual. I want them to keep writing. I want them to tell more stories. I want their art to be appreciated. And I want others to read those books because the growth that comes from reading those books can be exponential, like personal growth.
Yes, agreed. I just don't want them handed out.
But I'm not over here handing out 6 stars.
No, I know you, and again, you barely hand out 5 stars.
Thank you. Like, you have to impress me.
You have to impress Laura to get a 5 star. Just saying, you really, really have to bring your A game.
Yeah, because I mean, I've put 5 books on my list here for 6 stars, and that is as of like my 40s.
Yeah.
How you know what I mean? Like that's not.
No, I agree. We've kind of discussed this point anyway, but is it something that you've given often?
No,
No.
I'm hard to please when it comes to six
You are
star
very hard to
reads.
please. I'm not. I'm not, but I don't hand out 6 stars. Like,
You got to earn it from me.
you got to earn a 6 star from me.
Definitely. Oh, okay. I lost my place. I was like, where the fuck are we?
Where are we up to?
Okay. Do you think a series can get an overall 6 star rating as a series, not as an individual book?
I don't know.
I said yes. And I clarified because I feel like so when it comes to a series, you can have a 6 star series, even if a book or two, depending on the length of the series, doesn't hit the 6 star rung for me. I'm looking at series overall. So if you've got a 5 book series, right? And 4 out of 5 of those books were 4.5 to 5 stars for me, probably going to make that series a 6 star series for me because it's hard to do with me.
Here's the thing. I think for me, you'd have to make every book stellar.
That's impossible in a series. Sorry.
I know, and I've not given a series 6 stars. I've
That's
not
it.
given a series 6 stars.
See, that's interesting because I have a couple of them.
I probably know one. I'm not saying they're not good, and I'm not saying they're not 5 stars overall. Yes, and
I don't know. There's a
but it's
reason
got to.
I wore this shirt today.
Oh, really? Hey, I had my one on too.
You do. That's so funny.
I don't know. I haven't given. Look, maybe I'll change my mind on that series after I reread. Maybe, but currently, and I'm a massive Harry Potter fan. I am.
Mm.
I haven't even given that series a 6 stars.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not on here.
That's interesting. No, I just feel like I said, and like we've said, you have to earn a 6 star for me. And
Yeah.
I personally look at a lot of things. So plot,
Mm.
character depth, et cetera, et cetera. So if I'm looking at a series, right, and one particular book, a particular character is a pain in my ass. They have no depth. They're like a piece of dry toast. I'm like, why is this character even in here? But if I go through this series, they get better. Or do you know what I mean? Like things can grow in a series, whereas when you are doing this for individual books, it's harder, I think.
True.
Because
That's very true.
you've got more time to develop things in a series than you do in a singular book.
Yeah.
I'm changing your
True.
mind.
Oh, no, you are actually. That's a good point. However, I don't know. I think, like, as I said, I'm a massive Harry Potter fan. I've been a Harry Potter fan since my 20s.
Mm.
But there are things within the series that yeah. Individually, the books didn't hit 5 stars.
Mm.
Not all of them. So I'm not going to give it a 6.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. Let's get into it. What are your 6 star reads? Go. Are we going one for one?
We can.
All right.
So the first one's a series, and it's not this one,
Which one is it?
The Hunger Games.
I knew you were going to say that again.
With a standout mention for Sunrise on the Reaping, because that book by itself. Why are we zooming? What is happening?
And did I zoom?
Your face.
It still looks exactly the same to me.
I don't know what happened.
Is it fixed now?
Yes, it's fixed now. Okay, I'll start again.
Jesus.
Okay, so the Hunger Games series. with a standout mention for Sunrise on the Reaping, because that book did get 6 stars from me. If you know, you know. Like, if you read that book last year, you're still not over it. You're impatiently waiting for the movie, and you're speculating on new books that are going to come from this woman. So, what was your first one?
So my first one was Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Shut up.
I'm only doing that because classics are so hard for me. I'm just like,
I know. Look, see, here's the thing, and I've said this to my eldest child. I will say this to my other daughters as well. If you can, I feel like you should read it, because the level of growth in these characters, and if you apply today's standard of thinking to books like Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen and many of the other authors were way ahead of their time. The things that they were writing back then,
true,
for their time, was just scandalous. Like, she was scandalous. Lizzie was scandalous. How dare she be wanting to be a spinster and not marry for money? How could she not? It's to help her family. Like, those things were huge. And as I said, it altered my brain chemistry.
Nice. I will say one more thing on the Hunger Games series, though. I feel like this is a series you can't appreciate unless you read it all, because of the way that everything is woven together. Does that make sense? Right?
I would agree.
Yeah.
When you say 6 stars for the Hunger Games, are you talking the original 3 or are you talking all 5?
That's difficult, right? Because so the original Hunger Games is a trilogy.
Yes.
Ballad was like a villain origin story. Fine.
To a certain extent, yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got the mentor story. Okay. So part of me says no, part of me says yes. And the reason I would go either way with that is because when it comes to the Covey, yeah, I think you absolutely have to include Ballad.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yep, I agree.
Now, was Ballad my favorite book? No.
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 But I don't think it was bad. I feel Ballad gave you so many extra...
I did not appreciate Ballad until we read Sunrise. 100%.
I feel like... Yeah, and I feel like Ballad gave you insights into the world way more than any of the other books did.
Yeah.
So why there were the districts, what happened with the Covey, the way everyone was treated, why it all came about. I think Ballad gave you so many more insights and an in-depth look into that world that it truly gave you an appreciation for the other 3 books and The Sunrise and the Reaping.
Right. And you get background on so many families that appear in the original trilogy.
Yes. And so many little Easter eggs that you're like,
oh my God.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is connected to here and this is connected to, like, yes. So yes, overall, Ballad individually wasn't one of my favorite books of the series, but I think that was because it had a lot of world build in it, like a lot.
Right.
That's my opinion. What's your next one?
Okay, my next one is A Court of Silver Flames.
Wow. Okay.
This was a book where the main character made me feel seen as somebody who has endured a lot of trauma, and processing it isn't always the prettiest journey, I guess. I thought it was very raw, very gritty, and I will die on this hill. It is the best book Moss has ever written. Out of all the books.
I don't know about all the books because I haven't read all the books, as you know.
Bro, I have read almost all of the books. I can confidently say that is her best work. Sorry.
Well, we all know that I don't like Throne of Glass.
I'm not a fan either.
We all know that I have not read Crescent City. I have read ACOTAR. Will I be continuing the series? I don't know. Did I love Silver Flames? Absolutely. Yes, I 100% agree. It was the best book in the series. You know I love Nesta, and it takes a bitch to know a bitch. But I felt I felt Nesta was true to her character from the start of that series until the very end of that series. I felt that every other character, and probably Cass, but I felt that every other character in that book was no longer true. It's like she kept the villains as the characters that they are, so that they had depth and growth and everything like that. And then every other moronic wanker in the inner circle just turned from either an okay character or a good character to an absolute douchebag in the space of a book.
That's why I'm actually intrigued to see what she comes out with next, because I just got to know. And if that falls flat, I probably won't continue to read the series. But I have to know. And I want to know how like Nesta acts in the next book.
Have you watched the podcast? The Call Her Daddy podcast?
No, it wasn't even airing until tonight at 8 p.m.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't watched it, obviously. I feel like she's going to give us absolutely nothing. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I loved Silver Flames. But and I loved whenever it was Nesta and Gwen and the gang and Cass, I was like, yes, this book is fantastic. Every time someone from that inner circle rocked up, I was like, So that was why, it's not on my list. But I did love that book.
Plus, I'd love to see somebody put Rhysand in his place.
Oh, that was the best part. When she came down and she spoke to Feyre, I was like, yes. At least someone had the balls.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like, now I want to know, like, is Feyre going to give it to him?
No, she's turned into a simp.
Better not.
I bet you she has.
Okay, what was your next one?
My next one is Wuthering Heights. Or Wuthering Heights. Shut up.
Of course it is.
Have you read it?
No.
Oh, please read it. You know what? You don't have to read Pride and Prejudice or Jane Austen. The gothic vibes in Wuthering Heights is just phenomenal. This book was raw and, again, was very, very ahead of its time. Heathcliff is an orphan, and not just an orphan, he's a orphan of colour. And he's raw and volatile, and Kathy's nuts. Like, it shows a love. And here's the thing that people miss is that, yes, we focus on Kathy and Heathcliff and their love story, which is a freaking tragedy, right? This is not a love story. But because it only always ever focuses on Heathcliff and Kathy, you miss the next part. Because the movies or anything never show the next part of the book. And you miss the actual love story and the connection in that one. This book, it has two parts, basically, and it's night and day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I would recommend reading that to everybody. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think you would really like it.
Okay.
What's your next one? What is that?
Trick.
I knew that was going to be on your list. And again, this is what we were saying, though, right? It is a book that no matter what, it will be on. It doesn't matter what we talk about on this podcast. You will have this book on your list because you can apply it to so many different categories, so many different genres, so many different things. You're just like, oh, yeah, Trick, because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I gave this one 6 stars because it's very poignant, I thought, for the time that we're living in, because it addresses the concept of different from societal perspective to sexuality, to morals, to neurodivergence, to wealth. The spice, holy shit. Like, I've read quite a bit of smut. Natalia Jaster's the master of smut in my mind because so when you read a book and there's a smut scene, it is a scene. Like we're talking 3 to 5 pages at most, maybe 10 if somebody drags it out. But this woman, her smut scenes are 30 to 40 pages and they're visceral and it's every touch and it's sensation.
Yes.
She's like,
yes, it is.
And okay, so a lot of times I rag on about Charles Dickens because I was made to read Charles Dickens in high school and I hated it because I was like, oh my God, just say it was a dresser. But
you're like, I don't need to know how you like literally describe every part of this stupid piece of furniture.
However, I think Natalia Jaster is the Charles Dickens of smut, but it's not a negative connotation in that regard.
Because the thing with that is that this book, it's the tension and the yearning.
Mm-hmm.
She built the tension and the yearning in Trick so well that by the time you get to that scene, you're like, if this is over in 5 minutes, I'm going to be pissed.
I am rioting.
No. You have edged me for 3/4 of a book. Nah, and here's the thing. Natalia did it so well. She did edge us the whole entire book up until that scene. The yearning was on point. And then
I agree.
when it finally came to completion, she wrote it that it wasn't just sex.
No.
There was an intimate connection between the two of them. So while she did write the smut, she also wrote the intimate connection within it, hence the 30, 40 pages.
Right. Exactly.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I have not read the rest of this series, but I have a feeling it'll be a 6-star series for me. I have read, I don't like a third of the second book, and it is pretty on par so far with the way Trick was written.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to the series only because I'm struggling with series at the minute.
Yeah, that's fair.
Committing to a series at the moment with like my whole reading being up in the air, I just can't. And I want to do that series justice. And I know if I pick it up now, I'm just not going to.
That's fair. What's your next one?
Sunrise on the Reaping.
Of course.
That book
destroyed you.
It destroyed me. It really, really did. It destroyed me and it rebuilt me. And I couldn't move past it. I still can't. I think about that book all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Compared to the 4 previous books, I love that series. That series is a 5-star series for me. It will always be. I've kept my copies so that my kids can read it. But Sunrise on the Reaping, after doing the reread of the full series and then reading Ballad, that one just hit hard in the heart and in the head. Like it blew my mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if you know this. I'm sure you probably do. But this fall, I think it's this fall, when the movie's about to release, they're releasing a box set special edition of all 5 books.
Yep. I did not know that.
Yes.
So you're telling me my special edition that I've got of Sunrise on the Reaping is now
null and void.
Far out.
See, this is why.
Go.
This is why I didn't bother with that one set that they put out, because Sunrise on the Reaping was different. And I was like, nah, I'm going to wait until they release them all.
I didn't get that series. I got it for my daughter for her birthday, my eldest, but I didn't get the series myself. But I did buy the Sunrise on the Reaping, the purple, gorgeous, sprayed edge sided one.
I think it'll still be relevant.
Oh, I'm still going to keep it. It's gorgeous. Love it. What's your next one?
Okay, the last one I have on here is the Ravenhood series. The original trilogy, not the legacy, like the books that came after.
Yeah, okay.
So this series addresses the seedy dealings of the elite, like the 1% in around the world,
Okay.
while keeping you guessing at every turn. Like it's kind of like Motorcycle Club, Mafia, but secret society. I don't even know how to describe that, but
All the tropes.
all of those rolled into one. But maybe it's more like classic car club instead of motorcycle club. I don't know. But anyway, it also includes things like poly relationships, which was interesting to address. It's a coming of age story. And throughout the series, it is the realization that parents are people too, which I thought was really interesting for an author to write about from the perspective of a young adult. Because there's a lot of I'm mad at daddy because he's a piece of shit. But then throughout the series, it's revealed why all of these things have occurred. And you're like, well, and the character's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like kind of a dick.
Love it when the kids realize that.
Isn't that a funny day when you do?
And yeah. Like, it's also a really funny day when you realize that, you know, your parent, you're like, oh shit, I'm exactly like my parents. Oh my God. Damn it.
Oh yes. There are times I open up my mouth and
your mother comes out.
Or my father. Depends on the day.
I can even hear it, like my tone changes too. And I'm like, oh God. I sound exactly like my mum. Like even in my voice. Ew.
Ew.
Ew. All right. Well, I have 4 more.
Okay. Well, I'm done. So.
Okay. So my next.
It's a hand plus 1. No, you have 9.
I said plus some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I've gone through 5. So you should only have 2 left.
Well, I did Pride and Prejudice. I did Wuthering Heights. I did Sunrise on the Reaping. I haven't done the other ones. I don't know what we did.
Okay, well, continue.
So my next one is The Power of One by Bryce Courtney.
You have talked to me about that book before.
Yes. So it is long. It's also, it was made into a movie with Morgan Freeman, right? And I watched the movie. Fantastic movie. And my dad said to me, read the book. Now what's wrong?
I skipped one. That's what I was like.
Oh, there you go. Dumbass. It was made into a movie. You could go next. It was made into a movie. And the movie was great. Morgan Freeman, fantastic movie, right? And my dad said to me, read the book. And I looked at my dad and went, like you would know. He does, actually. It was the only book my dad's ever read. It is literally the only book my dad's ever read. And
go, Dad.
Yeah, I know, right? And I was like, there's no way it can trump the movie. This book is tragic and horrible and enlightening, and
you're totally selling it.
Oh, it is brutal.
You're like, it's brutal and tragic and horrible. Read it.
Yeah. You want to cry? Read it.
Go read that book.
Go read that book. So it's set at the start. So the start of the book is set in World War II, South Africa. It follows an English boy through his journey through South Africa, apartheid. It is cruel. It is.
Sign me up.
It is horrific. But here's the thing. When you're talking about changing your brain chemistry, when you read this book.
True. Facts.
It quite literally, like, you are horrified. And you are doubly horrified because people actually went through these things. This was a legitimate thing. So it tackles things like class divide, racism, sexism. It tackles and not only when I say class divide and racism, it tackles class divide. He is a English child. So he was born in South Africa, but his parents are English.
Mm-hmm.
So to the South Africans, he's also a piece of shit.
Mm.
He's English. He's not South African or South Afrikaans. Like, it is the level that this is in depth with its storytelling is just remarkable. And I watched the movie and I thought it was brilliant. And my dad was like, ending of this one is better. And holy fuck, is the ending of the book 100 times better. Now, we do know that screen adaptations change books. We know this, right? But when I read this in my 20s and I compared it to the movie, I was like, you didn't do the book justice. You really didn't. Because the end of that book was just fucking phenomenal. Like, it just hit every single point. Plot, writing, story, oh shit moments, Easter egg. Like, it was phenomenal. That is another book that I will tell anyone to read.
I believe you.
Yeah. All right, what's the one that you missed?
This one!
I was going to say you didn't mention it, and I was like, maybe she was just saying it generally. I don't know, but she didn't say it. Yeah.
No. So the Empyrean series is on my list, with Onyx Storm especially being at the top. Not the first two, the last one.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Take it in. Take it in. But
that's a big call.
But remember what I said, though. Okay, so this is a lot like the Hunger Games series for me, because I feel like, stay with me here.
I'm staying.
I feel like in certain books you get very two-dimensional characters, right?
Yes.
That are there as a plot device. However, as the series progresses, they start gaining shape and becoming more four-dimensional, three-dimensional, whichever.
Yep.
Case in point, Dane. Okay. I am ready for a Dane redemption arc at this point. Damn it.
But I have a friend currently going through this series on audio, right?
Oh, Lord.
Dane's a dick. I hope he dies. And I'm just like, I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying.
That's hilarious. Well,
yeah.
But that's my point, right? So I rated this series 6 stars overall because the FMC in particular made me feel really seen as somebody who has a chronic illness, how she deals with it, how she thinks, how she has to go around it, how the MMC is written and side characters who are interacting with her and each other, the intricacy of the plot. And these books are so intricate and nuanced. I feel like not giving the series 6 stars is a disservice, because reading one book, you're not going to get the depth of the story.
We are doing a reread, so we can do an in-depth dive into this.
We are.
I am almost finished with Fourth Wing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you.
It'll be fine. I'll catch up.
I've beaten you finally. Woo!
Well, yeah, because I actually went to Walmart. When was it? Tuesday? I went to Walmart and I friggin' forgot to pick it up. And I was like, gosh, damn it. And it wasn't until you said something, because I was in there and I was like, okay, I got makeup remover wipes. And what else was I supposed to get in here?
There's something else I need.
Uh-huh. And I stood there for like 15 minutes going, help. Anyway.
Well, I am almost finished Fourth Wing. And the amount of tabs I have for Xaden and his little, because we all know, spoilers, people, switch off now for a couple of minutes. We all know that Xaden has that second signet, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are talking from the very first time they see each other. She quite literally, you've seen my TikTok. She walks up the top of those stairs and she's like, fuck me, who's this hot ass dude? No.
You sounded so Australian just then. Hey,
Shut up. No, Cleo.
You always crack me up.
Condensation. But he knows. And I spent 3/4 of the book pissing myself laughing because every time she's having some thought, whether it be he's going to kill me and how do I survive him, but why the fuck am I so attracted to him because he's so hot even though I know he wants to kill me? He knows.
He knows everything she's thinking.
He knows everything she's thinking. And I'm just like, this is actually funny now. So when you read it, you're going to be like, oh my God.
Probably. I'll probably be like, oh my God.
I do love that series. Is it 6 stars? I don't know. I maybe after I do the reread, Onyx Storm, when we read it, we'd had a gap. We didn't do a reread of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. So when we picked up Onyx Storm and we had our reading day together, I don't know if you remember, but I was like, who the fuck is this person? I'd forgotten everyone.
I do remember that. And we were like referencing and
yeah. And I was still like, what? I do love that series though.
But some of them were such minor characters in the other two books that they didn't feature so that you didn't even think about it.
No, that's right.
Right.
Okay. Well, I now have 3 left. We're right. We're on track. Okay. So my next one is Why Mummy Drinks by Jill Sims.
I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, okay, why is that a 6 star for you?
Okay, so I got this book when when 6 star reads hit you, they've got to be great books, but I also think it has a lot to do with that time in your life. So this book is about a mum, an English mum, married, 2 kids. She has her first kid is, I think I want to say is junior high school for you guys, like year 7 or 8 or something. And her son is in primary school. And quite literally, the opening sentence of this book is that she can't understand why she can't get her underwear on. She's running. Yeah. So she's running late for school. And this is what I mean. It hits you in a time of your life. So she's running late for school. The kids are running late for school. They haven't even had their breakfast. They're just sitting there fucking around doing whatever. She's trying to get dressed for work. She's trying to pull her underwear on. She's cracking the shits because clearly she's gained some weight over fucking Christmas and she doesn't understand why until she realizes what she's trying to do is put her legs into her daughter's underwear.
So you can relate.
And I was like, that would be something I would do. That would be something 100% while I'm running late and the kids aren't getting ready for school and I'm losing my mind because I've got to get to work. And it's, even though I would have said, and this is like the rest of that first chapter is her saying that she was going to this year have her shit together. I'm like, that would 100% be me. On the first day I'm meant to have my shit together, it all falls apart. And I'm screaming at the children. And you would laugh so hard. You should read it. I laughed. Look, it's a series. Is the overall series 6 stars for me? No. But that first book was just phenomenal because it just hit me in the heart. Like, this woman is writing about daily trials and tribulations for mums. Mums that work, mums that stay home. And it was just so, I felt so seen because I was like, that would be me. That would be me. I thought I had my shit together and I clearly don't. And then she comes out and she's...
I can see you doing that shit too. Being like,
exactly, that's what I mean.
All right, Alora, I'm going to have it together this year. I bought all this shit, this calendar, all this task shit. Like, I am organized. First day of school, you're like, it all went to shit.
That would be me. You know that, right? And that's why I related so well to this book. Like, we were on holidays. It was Christmas and when I first started reading it. And quite literally, I opened the first page. I started reading. She realizes she can't get her legs and like get the underwear up over her ass. So she's shitty because she's put on weight. And I'm like, yeah, fair girl. Got your back. Understand that. And then she realizes, yes, it's her kid's underwear, her daughter's underwear. And I just pissed myself laughing. My eldest, she's like, already? And I'm like, man, just don't. I'm like, yes, because I understand how she feels. It was so well written. The story was fantastic. Even though it was only about every mundane family life, it was still so poignant that I was like, you know, when she's getting frustrated with her husband and her kids and work, and and then the school pickup and all the mums that are like, oh, hi, how you doing? Yeah, so my daughter has the new bento box with sushi and you're like, fuck off. This is why mummy drinks. Anyway, that's why I loved it.
Also, we don't discriminate if you buy bento boxes for your children.
Yeah, if you buy bento boxes and you can make your kids sushi, you go for it. Can you make my sushi as well at the same time? They love sushi. I can't be asked. So yeah, that's another one. The next one is Carnal Obsession by Kaya Carrington Russell.
Okay, yeah. You've talked about this several times.
Yes. So this is Dante and Romy, and when we talk about character growth and development, these two characters are a hot mess. They're a hot mess. Romy is going through something in her life where she's just not coping. And the way that Kaya wrote Romy was just so brilliant because it wasn't this... She wasn't a damsel in distress. She wasn't moping around. This girl was on a self-destruction path to hell. It was so very raw, her grief and the way she was dealing with it. And the fact that her friends, while trying to help her at the same time, were very much like, there is only so much we can help you with. You know, and then enter Dante, who's got his own agenda, and he doesn't treat her like a princess, if that makes sense. Her friends are trying to be, you know, like we all would. We're trying to encourage and show that we're there and, you know, give affection to try and fix this situation, where he's just like, if you want to fucking ruin your life, ruin it with me. And I was like, he let her embrace her destruction in a controlled and safe environment.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That almost sounds like a twist on, and I'm not saying that it is, but I mean, like, Court of Silver Flames is completely fantasy, right? But if you put it into like a real life context.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very much so. Yes. Because this is a dark mafia romance. He's not like Cass. Cass is beautiful, and he's the Lord of Bloodshed, but he has a heart and he cares.
He's the Lord of Bloodshed.
But he cares, right? He cares. He cares about his people. He cares about the people he calls family. Dante hates his brother, and the whole purpose he goes after Romy is to piss his brother off.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Yeah, he's not like Cass. And he's nuts. But the development between them is, and as individuals, is just phenomenal. I couldn't put this book down.
Nice.
And my last one is along the same lines. I've just read it and I'm freaking obsessed. Is Bad Bishop by LJ Shen.
I can't wait to see all the little chess pieces on your bookshelf.
I went to the To Be Read Bookshop's first birthday, right? I was talking to the owner, Lauren. We were having a bit of a chat. Lauren so the To Be Read Bookshop had the opportunity to have a pre-order. I don't know what you'd call it. But anyway, she got approached to do like a pre-order campaign for Twisted Porn, right? Only 2 other places got this one, which were 2 bookshops in the UK.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, so we're talking, and she was like, yeah, so we got to do, you know, we've got a promotion going for Twisted Porn, and I was like, what? Because that's the next one in the series. And she went, yeah, and I was like, okay, wait. Yeah, I pre-ordered.
Of course
the
you
book
did.
Yeah, the book you get the book signed. You get artwork. I'm like, don't even care. I'm also sending your ass to Barnes & Noble to get me the next one that matches in the series. When I say I want a morally dark man, I want Tyrion. I don't want the morally grey MMC who does the wrong things for the right reasons.
Mm.
I want the dude that's like, yeah, I've been raised in this life. I am an asshole. I'm going to embrace it. That is Tyrion. He's...
Embrace the assholery.
Yeah. He is violent and vicious and cruel. And I love him. For context, this is dark. So this will not be for everyone. This is one of those 6-star reads where it may not be for everyone. This is dark. The backstory for both of these characters is horrible. Tyrion's is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is bad. He is a kid, as a kid, is literally in like a concentration camp in Russia.
Oh, that's pleasant.
Yeah, under the Bratva.
Even better.
Yeah, he's not treated well. Neither is his twin sister.
Mm.
She is the daughter of the Italian mob boss in New York. I do not want to spoil it. I don't. So I'm not going to give you anything else about it. I'm not going to give you anything else about her. But her development as a character was next level top tier.
Nice.
When we talk about a character that embraces who they can truly be, not in Chosen One style, right? Not like that at all. This girl, when she realizes or certain things come to light in her life, she's like, I got fucked over. Hardcore. So who I thought was initially the villain, there is an overarching villain, but the villain for her, like the person that caused her the most pain, you're like, oh, it's Tyrion. He's going to be the dickhead. Mate, everyone hated him for what he did to her, and I was like, fuck that shit. This other person is a complete see you next Tuesday. Are you kidding?
That's cunt, if you didn't know.
Yes. Well, I wasn't going to say it, but yes, it is. I've never wanted to smack a character more than I do this person. But
so what you're saying is it's great, and you love it, and everybody should read it.
Everybody should read it, and I want merch, and I want the next book so it sits next to my pretty book with the first one, and I can't wait for the next one. It's taking too long because I really want to know what. I can't. Yeah, it's a 6-star read for me.
I can see that it has become your whole personality.
Whole personality.
That is so funny. Oh, man. Okay.
And that's my last one.
Well, yeah. Always. Babes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
It's that time again.
It's that time again. So here's the deal. We usually give a new drink recipe, but we decided to go back through our catalog of the Plot with a Twist original cocktails and select one that we thought deserved 6 stars.
Yep.
Okay, so we chose Unhinged. Well, it was from the Unhinged episode, and it's called Off Your Rocker, and it is a shot.
It's a shot.
Shot. Okay, so for a refresher, in case you need a refresher or in case you're just first listening, here's what you're going to need. 5 mils of grenadine syrup, 15 mils of vodka, 15 mils of a watermelon vodka-based liqueur. And when Ro made this, she used the Vodka Cruiser Wicked Watermelon Liqueur.
Yeah.
You're going to need whipped cream and popping candy. Okay, here's how you're going to make it. In a shot glass, pour in the grenadine. Using a bar spoon or a normal spoon if you don't have a bar spoon, pour in 15 mils of watermelon vodka liqueur over the back of the spoon into the shot glass. Again, using the same spoon, you're going to put in 15 mils of vodka over the back of the spoon into the shot glass. Top that with whipped cream and sprinkle popping candy over the top. And 1, 2, 3, down it goes.
If you wait like 30 seconds to a minute, the actual cocktail itself will split. So you'll have levels.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Please note though, it tastes amazing. Do not have six. It's a bad idea.
Well, what you're saying is they go down like water and then they hit
They
you like a
taste
Mack truck.
they taste so good. So when we originally were trying this cocktail out, we were trying to do the filming for the video. So the ones that didn't work properly, I didn't want to waste the alcohol.
You're like, no, that's alcohol abuse. Give me that.
So 6 shots in, and I'm like, I said to our resident bartender, I'm like, nope, next shot's yours. I can't do it.
That's hilarious.
The video was wonky as.
That's hilarious.
Yes. Well. Okay. Huge thank you to all the bibliomaniacs out there listening. Please stop by our Instagram page, The Plot with a Twist, and check out the link tree in our bio where you can find links to us across the internet, including all of our social media. Give us a like or a follow so that you can stay up to date with episode releases. Tune in next week for another all-new bookish episode full of magic, mayhem, and maybe just a little bit of smut. Until then, keep reading.